Hello, everyone. Good evening. It's Erica here from Each of You Paper Crafts, coming to you with my Thursday night Case the Catty. Tonight, I'm going to be doing something just a little bit differently. I'm casing products or projects that are in the annual catalog, but rather than make tags, I'm going to turn them into cards, full cards, A2 size cards. So if that's of interest to you, then come along and join me and see what I'm up to. Lots of colors in this designer series paper, and there is a coordinating stamp set that two different stamp sets that you can choose to put with it. So I'll tell you all about that, and then we'll start producing some cards. So without further ado, I'm going to turn my camera to my desktop, and then I am going to lower my camera to get a closer look at what's going on. And I'm going to zoom out. There we go. I might zoom in just a little bit more there. There we go. Okay, let's get rid of my keyboard. And here we go. Okay, so what are we doing tonight? Or what am I doing tonight? Well, I am so in love with the colors on this page. I love all the greens. Green is my favorite color, and so there's lots of greens in here, and I just love it. And I was a bit intrigued by this. This is a designer series paper pack that includes full sheets of 12 by 12 designer series paper, two-sided, but it also includes 2 sheets of die cuts. Now, if you've ever purchased any of our kits, either it's a paper pumpkin kit or some of our regular kits, you will often see die cuts. The reason, excuse me, the reason behind kits is to allow people to craft quickly. People that may be inexperienced, people who may not want to buy a bunch of products, they just want to be able to create some really cute cards and send them out to their friends without investing a lot of money by getting extra paper, extra ink, etc., etc. And often when you create a kit, you enjoy the experience so much, and you may get a couple of kits and have friends over and what we call kit together. And then you may start delving into wanting to be a little bit more creative, and that's when you might want to invest in some other supplies. So Stampin' Up, of course, covers you in all areas of ink, paper, and stamp sets and dies and punches, etc., etc. So you can delve into that. So we have an annual catalog that will show you all of the products that we have inside here. If you're new to Stampin' Up, if you don't have a demonstrator and you live in Canada, you could select me to be your demonstrator. If after seeing this video, if that's of interest to you, you can get in touch with me, and I'd be happy to send you a catalog. All right, so this is called, how they featured this in the catalog, it's called Wrap It Up with a Few Essentials. So they kind of geared this paper and stamp set towards packaging. So making tags, these are all tags that you could make, or wrapping up some boxes. We have these really cute scallop boxes that you can buy, and then you wrap designer series paper around it and make a cute little gift, okay? We've even got some string, what we call baker's twine, that you can wrap around it as well. So it's Wrap It Up, it's for packaging. These packages here, you make yourselves. They're called the sour cream container. And if you look on YouTube, you'll see tons of demonstrators showing how to create those. And then you can put little treats inside, or any number of other packaging ideas. So they have the stamp set here called Poised Peony, even though in the paper, I don't see any peonies per se, but it's a really simple, sweet little stamp set that has best birthday wishes, hello, and in my thoughts, greetings in here. Then there's also another stamp set that was a few pages, now it might be a few pages back or a few pages ahead. I cannot, here it is. No, that's not it. Yes, this is it. So on page 19 of the catalog, there's another stamp set. It's just stamped sentiments. So you've got happy birthday, just a note, hello, thinking of you, thanks, birthday wishes, let's celebrate, miss you, yay, and thank you. Just a couple of thank yous. So you can get just a simple greeting set, such as this one. It's called Simply Said. It's $24 Canadian. Then you could get some flowers if you wanted to embellish with some flowers. Okay, and then to get this paper. So I want to delve into this paper to show you how this works, because this is new for Stampin' Up! To release a designer series paper pack, which includes die cuts. Okay, I'm going to show you the papers now. So here are, excuse me, here are our papers. Now, this sheet actually comes with, you just punch these out. These are kind of like your card layers. When you create a card base, you typically put a layer on top. Oh, I'm having problems. Excuse me, I'm going to grab a glass of water. I don't know what's going on with my throat here. Oh boy, sorry about that. Hopefully that water will help. All right, so these you can just pull out of this sheet of paper so that you have some card bases here. Now, some of them have doubles, so some of them actually form a frame. So this one, you pop out the center, and then you could, if you wanted to, you could add a photo behind here. See, look at that cool frame. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of these in here. Here's another frame. So there's 3 frames in this sheet. 3 different frames that you could play with. And then you've got some solid layers in here. Now I'm going to be creating A2 cards from this. And so I pulled out some half sheets of cardstock to create some card bases here. So look at that. There's another frame that you could use. Okay, and and then you've got another strip in here. Now this long strip, what I would use this for is I would create a belly band. So I could create a set of cards and then create a box to put the cards in and wrap a belly band around it. So that is what I would use that piece for. All right, so I won't cut out any more for now. Let's take a look, and I'll just pull these apart. Oh, I might as well just take this one out, and then I can get rid of these extra bits here. I might as well just do the whole sheet, shall I? Look at this print. Isn't this pretty? These little leaves here. It's like a little vine of different shades of green with some blues in there as well. Love that. And then we've got one more frame here. So look how fun these are. Now this piece, you could easily use this centerpiece for something because it makes a triangle or diamond shape there. All right, there's another frame. So I've cut out one. Now I don't know, is there another sheet like that? So these are two pieces of designer series paper. Look at the beautiful, beautiful colors on there. And then on the back, you've got some simple prints on the back. But aren't they pretty? Look how, it's just stunning. The colors they put together. There's even pumpkin pie in here. Beautiful orange color. Then you've got this sheet here, very pretty. Okay. And then you've got this print here. I love this print. This is very pretty. This is Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock are the colors on there. Now, this is the exciting part here. You've got 2 sheets of die cuts, and they pop out so easily, they almost fall out. So what I would do is I would spend the time and I would just die cut, just take them all out and maybe put like the flowers in a little bag, the leaves and flowers in a cellophane bag, or you could have, if you have any boxes, and maybe put the wreaths together. Look at all these different pieces you could use. You've got these cute little flowers in here. And just look at that. Just little, again, more frames to use. So stunningly pretty. Okay, so you've got 2 sheets and they're different. Look at that. 2 sheets, completely different die cuts. Okay, so you can have lots of fun. And if you cut them all out all at once, have all your flowers together, then you could set them up into piles. I'm going to use a wreath. I'm going to use some leaves. I'm going to use a flower. I'm going to use a little bouquet, and just pick the pieces that you want to use on one particular project. Okay, so because it's Case the Catty tonight, I'm going to take the examples of tags that are in there, and I'm going to make a tag but put it on a card base. Okay, now here is now for card bases, you could cut these into 4 by 5 1/4 inch, 3 strips of 4 inches, and then cut them at 5 1/4, and these would be all of your card layers if you wanted to do that. I'm going to set those aside. So I've got these frames here. All right, I just want to show you the cardstock colors. These are all the colors that are in this paper. So we've got this beautiful Granny Apple Green. So as I go through these, I would just cut. So your choices for cutting your paper is, this is your 8.5. Hang on. So some of my papers I had already had cut. So these are half, and this is bigger than 1/4. I'll have to change that. Okay, so these are your typical card bases. This is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper that you've cut at 5.5 inches, and then you're going to score this at 4 1/4 to make a regular A2 card base. Okay, so I've got those, and then I happen to have already pre-cut. These are, again, it's a full sheet of paper, 8.5 by 11 that you cut in half lengthwise at 4 1/4 inches. So you get a 4 1/4 by 11 scored at 5.5. So I'll score a few of these so that you can see. And this happened to be, I must have cut a bit of a strip off here for something else. This is wider than 4 1/4. So let me just trim this down to 4 1/4 here. Okay. All right. So as we design, we can decide on different colors that we want. So I'm just bringing out my small scoreboard here. And when I score my cardstock, hi, Carol. Thank you for joining me tonight. I like to rub a bit of wax paper on my cardstock because it helps my stylus. Let's pull out my other stylus that I like better. This one. I'm going to score this now at 5.5 because this is 11 inches wide. I'm going to score this at 5.5. Okay. So now I have a card base, an A2 card base. Now I can either design the card this way, horizontal, which is called landscape mode, or I can turn it vertically, and this is called portrait mode. So it just depends on what kind of a card that you want to create. Okay, let's score a couple more here. Okay, what did I do? Oh, there it is. Hang on to this piece of wax paper here. So this is another 11-inch piece. So So I'm going to score this at 5.5. So as you're designing, I think it helps to have some card bases ready to go. This is a soft sea foam. This is really pretty. This is in the paper. I mean, you can already see how well these go with all the different colors. I mean, it's just amazing. I keep losing that. See, when I don't use wax paper, I find that it's my stylus drags. And I don't like the feel of that. Okay, let's do some regular sizes here. Let's do a this is 4 1/4 now. We're going to score this at 4 1/4. Okay. And let's do I don't know how many cards I'm making tonight. I think 3. Let's do this one at 4 1/4. And then let's do a pretty peacock. Yeah, see how rough that feels? Kind of gives me the creeps. I think my paper is going to rip when I don't use my wax paper. All right, let's put these other colors away. We may pull them in, but I have enough to choose from here. Now, after you score your card base, I like to take my bone folder and I like to, I'm just going to cover up that spot there. We love our glass mat, but it does cause issues with overhead lights. Okay, so I'm just going to score these or burnish them. When you burnish the score line, it helps the card to lie flat. I think it's pretty amazing that Stampin' Up! Has come up with the colors, because it's almost as if you can put any color with any color. I mean, look at that array of colors. Look at all the greens in there. Okay, now what I'm attempting to do here is here we've got 3 tags here. So I'm going to take the tag idea and turn it into a card, okay? Now, I'm going to use card bases, but I might want to grab some of the background designer series paper. So let's start with this one that has a wreath on it. And so it looks like the background is one of these sheets had the plain green background. This one here. Okay, and so I'm going to cut this as a layer, 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to go to 4 inches here. Oops, and let's cut that down by 5 1/4. Okay, and while I'm cutting DSP, let's do another one. So this is this beautiful, oh, the other side of this. No. Oh, okay, so let me see. This is not paper. This happens to be one of these pieces here. There we go. We want this piece. Okay. So see how there's petal pink in here? I think this would look really nice on the petal pink background here. So I could put that on that card. And then this one, I think it would look really nice on the soft sea foam here. Make sure I know where my card is opening. So that would be pretty on that one. Okay, and then we've got this other design here, which is this sheet of paper. So let's just cut a piece of this now. Again, 4 by 5 1/4. I'm just being really consistent with my sizes right now. I mean, there's 100 other things that you could do, but I'm trying to be a little consistent tonight so it doesn't get too confusing. Oops, not at 4, 5 1/4. 4 by 5 1/4. That's the size of your basic layer for your card base. Okay, and then let's decide, maybe we'll put this on the pretty peacock. How does that look? Okay, we could do pretty peacock, or we could put it on Lost Lagoon. Hi, Shy. How are you? How are you doing? Nice for you to pop on. Okay, I need some help here. You guys can kind of decide. Carol and Shy, do you like this piece of paper on the lighter green or the darker green? Okay, I'll wait for your response for that while I search out the elements for each card now. Okay, so we're going to use this piece, which is going to go on here, this one, once we decide on the card base. The lighter green, Shy says. Okay, there we go, the lighter green. So we're going to put that on there like that. Okay, and then I'm searching out, I need a couple of flowers. So I've got that one. You know, this is, you know, I took the flower out of here, and this is part of the inside of the wreath, but you could almost use that for something too. Don't throw anything out until you've decided what you can use and what you can't use. So I don't know if what else I need in here. I need the, oh, these leaves are in here. So we're going to be putting this in here, and then we're going to be using some circles. So I'm going to use our stitched circles dies here, and we're going to be doing a thinking of you on this card. So I'm not sure what size yet, so I'm going to keep those ready, and then I'll need some white cardstock. And then what else is in here? There is something else with greenery. Okay, it's not on a rectangle frame. There's no little flowers on there. Let's put this away. So I'm looking for, let's bring back the die cut, see if I can see what I need on here. Okay, now one of the cards, the card on this piece here, I'm going to try and put all the elements together first and then put it together. So I think we need this little frame on this one, and then we're going to use a square for the thanks. Okay, so where do I gather all my flowers from? That's a large, here's a smaller flower here. So we need these 2 flowers. Yeah, it'd be really helpful to take these all out. I'm trying to find, look how sweet this piece is. Maybe it's a different, oh, it's a different wreath. Okay, it's a different wreath. This wreath is not the wreath I pulled out. It's this wreath here. Okay. So this is not the right wreath. It's a little big anyway, isn't it? So this is going to go on here, and we did need this twig. And so we need the wreath. That's still not the right wreath. Boy, I'm struggling finding the right wreath in here. Oh, maybe it's this one. Oh, it's this one. Okay. Oh, and it already has the circle in it. I don't need the circle die. Okay. So we need that, and we need that on that one. Okay. And then we just need this sprig is going to go like this with these two flowers. And then I'm going to stamp. How pretty that is. I'm going to stamp Thinking of You on there. Okay, now I'm going to go and grab, now that I'm designing, I'm going to grab Pretty Peacock, and it looks like Pumpkin Pie for our greetings. Just 2 colored ink pads. Pumpkin Pie, Pretty Peacock. For the greetings, they're in the design. Okay, now what else did we need for this one here? You know what? I think I'm going to start designing because this one is ready now. All right, so I'm going to glue. So I'm going to pull out my silicone mat so I can do some gluing. Oh, look at that beautiful paper on the back. It's almost a shame not to use that side. But it's not like you only have the one piece of paper. Let me grab my tape runner here. Okay. So once you have your card bases done and you've picked out all the elements for each of your cards, then it should go quite quickly putting it together. So this is this pattern on the lighter green. This is called Lost Lagoon is the color. This is a tent fold card. You could design it this way too if you wanted to. Okay, and then we're using this wreath, but we're going to stamp, and I think I'm going to use this Pretty Peacock. Is a beautiful color, and it's great for your sentiments. You don't always have to use black for sentiments. And then I need the stamp set, which is called, I have been grabbing this stamp set all week. When I just want a simple greeting, this is the stamp set that they suggest you get for this paper. So I'm using this Thinking of You here. So Thinking of You. Okay, let's grab an acrylic block. Thinking of You. And we're going to stamp this. Now I'm not on an even surface there. So I'm inking this closer to the top. Thinking of You. Okay. So this is now going to be glued on top of this, like so. Yeah, simple. So we're going to put this on. So I'm going to still use my tape runner. think I'll pretty well put it in the center. Thinking of you. And then we've got this that we're putting on. So let's get this is my Tombow glue inside a small bottle, just so I can control how much glue comes out at once. And we're just putting this down like this. And I'm going to pop these little flowers up on dimensionals. So dimensionals are these foam pieces. And they help to pop up any elements on your page. I'm going to put one on there. Now that's a smaller one. So we have two sizes. We have regular and mini. Stampin Dimensionals, they're called. And you just have to pull off the backing. And then you can overlap them a little bit. Okay, there's the first card. I mean, how simple was that? Now, if you wanted to, you could add some embellishments to that. You could maybe put some linen thread in there. You could put some of the baker's twine in there. You could really dress it up. But that's as simple as it gets, really fast and easy. So for somebody who needs fast and easy cards, this is definitely the way to go. That's why our kits are becoming so popular. Okay, so that's card number 1 to match the tag that is in the catalog. Okay, let's do this one now. So this one is the third one. So I'm putting this on soft sea foam. Now, another way to dress it up, and I think I might do it, is I'm going to run this through an embossing folder, this piece. Now, what do we need for this? We need this, and we're just going to stamp the word thanks. Now, another way to dress these up is because I brought out these circles. So if you didn't want to use stamp right on this circle that's part of the wreath, you could stamp this thinking of you on a piece of white cardstock, and then you would die cut it with one of these circles, and then you could pop it up a bit. And plus these have stitching around the outside. Same thing with the square. We also have the squares in here. So you could do that with the squares. As a matter of fact, let's do that this time. Let's just pop it up, just showing you all the other things that you can do. This is a good square right here. Okay, so let me grab a piece of white I've got this white cardstock here. Okay, and I'm doing the word thanks. So let's grab thanks, and I'll just grab another block. And this is also in the peacock color. So I'm just putting this little square on here just to judge where to stamp it out. Actually, I'm going to go down here. Okay, and then I'm going to go and cut this out. So you see, this just adds a little, what I always call a little something something. You see, because it's got stitching around, oh my goodness, around the outside. Now I was going to emboss this with an embossing folder. So let's just grab got lots of different patterns to choose from, but I'm going to do this distressed tile. You're just adding some texture is what you're doing. And let's put that in there like that, and then I'm going to run it through my machine. So now you've got a little bit of extra texture here. So that's what the texture looks like. And even on the other side, just to show you that even on a busy print, you can still see the texture on there. Just add some visual interest. So I'm going to glue this on here now. And I'm going to use my Tombow glue in a bigger bottle. Now I'm using this on the textured paper because it's easier than using the tape runner itself. Okay, so we've got that on there. And then we've got this frame, and they actually put it on a little bit skewed. Okay, so I'm just going to put that, again, I'm going to use some glue on here. Like so. So now we have our thanks. See, it just adds a little something extra. Okay, then we've got another one of these flowers. Let's just grab this one up here. And I'll put that on a dimensional. Get that ready. And then there's a sprig on there. Oh, here we go. Oh, there's a corner piece here. Wow, there's so many cool. Look at this sprig. This looks like eucalyptus to me. And it looks like they only used half of it. Is there a single in here? Let me just have a little quick. Oh, yep, there's a double eucalyptus in here, and there is a single one. There we go. See, it's a single one. So I'm going to, because my flower is going to be popped up, I'm not going to pop up my greeting. Let's stick that on there. Then I'm going to glue on, so this is going across here like that. And then I'm going to pop up my little flower like that. Okay, there's our second card. I'm just reading my comments. Okay. Oh, Carol, you had said the darker green. Sorry. That was for the other card. Yeah, lighter or darker. I think they both work. Okay, so there's the second card. Okay, now the third card has birthday wishes is the stamp, is the greeting. Birthday wishes. So let's get that one out. I love this font, by the way. This is a beautiful font. And this is in pumpkin pie. Now let's get all the elements for this card now. So this one I wanted to do on the, look at this. I love this. This was one of the frames. So we're going to put that on there like that. And then it's got, oh, it's got this one on there. Oh, look up. I love this. Look at this piece. Love that. Actually, I just found the peonies. I didn't think there were peonies in here, even though they had the peony stamp set. Okay, and they're also using, let's see. Looking for, oh, is this it? This is it. Oh my gosh. The two sheets are different. You've got tons of choices here. This is what I'm looking for. Check. Oh my God, they're all just falling out. They come out so easily. I'm going to have to find something to put them in. Here, look at this. Look at that. It's got the Granny Apple Green. It's got Lost Lagoon, Pretty Peacock. It's got the pink in there. Oh my gosh, look at that. So there's no wreath. Now there's something that's got little, oh, it's this piece here. Wow. Look at this little piece. This is pretty exciting. I'm pretty excited about this set. I think I'm going to have to buy another one. Okay, so we've got, and it's all on this busy pattern. And these seem to radiate out from the center of the flowers here. So it's going to go something like this. Something like that. Yeah, that's it. And then I've got birthday wishes. Kind of, it's just like a rectangle piece of cardstock. So let's do birthday wishes in the orange and then I'll trim it. So if you happen to have a die that's a rectangle, I could hunt for one right now, but I won't. I'll just trim this out. So birthday wishes. And then I'm just going to grab my little mini trimmer. Trim it down. Okay. Birthday wishes. So this is definitely going to go up on dimensionals. All right, let's get that ready to go. Close up my ink pad. Now, I'm going to offset this a little bit. I'm going to go up in the upper right-hand corner. No, I'm going to go in the lower corner. I like them in the lower corner so that this piece can overlap onto the cardstock there. I kind of like that look. Okay, so I'm going to tape this down. I said lower corner, didn't I? There we go. Now, what I'm going to do with this one is I want to pop the top of these leaves up a little bit. So I'm going to get my small mini dimensionals and I'm going to put them on these leaves so that they will kind of be raised up off the paper a little bit. Again, adding just a bit of dimension, and I'll put glue on the rest. Like so. So this is going to come out like this. And then I'm going to add this. I would pop this up a bit, but the dimensionals, I don't want to cut tiny little dimensionals. So I'll just do this one flat. Okay, and then we've got this one. I absolutely love that. Now I can see the peonies. Okay, and we're going to glue this on. Wow. I love how it's all coming together, and I just adore how beautiful the colors are. Okay, and then we've got our greeting. Birthday wishes. I'm going to butt this up against the DSP right here on the corner. Okay, there you go. That's as simple as that card gets. Wow. Yep, I could just create all night now. So those are 3 examples right there. Oh, there's one more. Well, there's another couple of examples. Well, there's this one here on this package that uses a different background. So I could put that on a card. Are there any other examples on the back? There's the packaging. Okay, so there you go. That's an introduction to this fabulous. I would highly recommend this now that I've used it. To put cards together. And look at, you've got this bouquet of flowers here, and then you could add some gemstones to the center of your flowers. I mean, there's no end of more decorating. If you're an avid crafter, you will more than likely do that. You'll be adding all kinds of stuff. Now this, you see, this could be another wreath. You could use your blending brushes and sponge that to make it green, and then pop up this center, this flower in the center. So don't throw any of the bits away because you might be able to use them for sure. Okay, I'm going to find a little box to put all these pieces in. I mean, they're just amazing. I would put all my wreaths and bits in one and all my leaves in another, leaves and flowers, just to keep them. Look at this cool piece. Wow. Can't wait to design more. Anyway, there's your 3 cards for tonight. You never noticed this paper pack? Well, I noticed it, right? I noticed, well, it's because I love green. So I noticed these and I noticed the paper pack, but I had no idea that it was so cool. I wish there was more paper in it. There's only 3 sheets of paper, and then you've got all your cutouts, but there's no reason why you can't buy another pack. That's for sure. I love it. And I think if you're into making bags and boxes, bags, I mean, you could make amazing tags for the bags too. It's just beautiful for a birthday. I just love the whole thing. And then I did buy this stamp set, the Poise Peony, so you could certainly, you know, incorporate this in your card. I could spend a whole week just working on these bits and bobs everywhere. Check out this one here. Here's another cool kind of a wreath. And then you can stamp your greeting like right in the middle. Or you can incorporate. These dies here are perfect for this set because you've got your squares and your circles. And you could even cut out one of these banner ones for the center. That's what I would do. Put that in there. Oh my gosh, so much fun. Anyway, I'll leave you with that to think about. I might have to order another pack of paper, that's for sure. So look at the pack of paper and look at the colors that are in there, and then make sure you've got the cardstock if you want to make a bunch of different colors. Thank you so much for joining me, Carol and Shy. Shy's had to go back to work. But thanks for joining in, Carol, and I will be back on Monday morning again. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye for now.